the way that I perceive these comments in response to me is objective. So I see them the way that they are. Any disagreement is having a warped perspective and believing 2 plus 2 is 5. Not literally, but metaphorically, it's the equivalent of believing 2 plus 2 equals 5. The moderators come at me and say, please feel free to consult the rules of the subreddit to understand why you were banned. Failure to understand the rules is not an excuse for violating them. Well, I would submit that this is a rich act of psychological projection and that the mods have broken their own rules by only enforcing those rules against me. In particular, you're the ones that don't understand your own rules, because if you did, everyone in that thread would be permabanned instead of just me. What a totally organic and real post, full of facts and real opinions. This one's abusive because the sarcasm implies that I don't know my facts. This one, in particular, is racist. It also, it throws unsolicited advice in my direction and implies that I'm an ignorant hillbilly. So that one's really abusive. I don't think you understand what council elections means. This implies abuse. There's people who said that I don't think he even understands what sentences mean. Also abusive, implies ignorance, calls me stupid. You know, person after person in that thread. Nobody who replied to that entire discussion was anything other than abusive. All that it was them abusing me and me abusing them back. That was the whole fucking thread. Like, your rules are perfectly clear. You're the one who doesn't understand your own godforsaken rules. This is a rich act of psychological projection. I mean, the whole fucking thread. Every fucking person who responded to it broke R1. Uncivil, abusive, harassing, or antagonistic behavior and insults and attacks. Sorry, if you disagree with my interpretation of these responses, and also that I think he doesn't understand sentences either, then your opinion is incorrect! These are objectively abusive, and any perspective that disagrees is the fucking psychotic delusion. Period. End of story. There is no room for discussion here. My word is final. The way that I see it is how it really is. It is perfectly crystal clear and objective. And if anybody disagrees, they're the ones with a warped perspective. Not me. I interpreted these 100% accurately. They all were uncivil. They all were abusive. They all were insulting. All of them. I don't think he understands sentences either. Abusive. You're a bot. Your replies aren't too abusive. Implies I'm an NPC, not a real person who's just having a disagreement with the community. There's a disturbing. Your lack of punctuation is disturbing. Pretty abusive, grammar Nazi shit, being a fucking pedant, calling me stupid because I don't conform to your rules of perfect use of grammar, which, by the way, I used plenty of. Missed a few, apparently, in your imagination, and so, I'm the problem. Like, literally, the whole thread. If you wrote a comment in response at all, what you said to me, to OP, violated Rule 1. Everyone in that discussion, if they're not permabanned in response, then the mods of this particular community are guilty of selective enforcement. I'm sorry. I mean, that's just the reality. I mean, and if you think that there's some other way to interpret these, you're wrong. They all were abusive. It's like you're trying, basically, to interpret them any other way is trying to engage in gaslighting abuse towards me. That's what the way that I see these tweets in response to me is the way that it really is.